Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us back here on our wonderful Sundays. Normally, we start much sooner, and normally I have things, working, but for some reason, last minute, the sun decided to explode everything. I blame Crescent. Maybe she broke it. Okay.
That's the fun thing. Crescent doesn't have to touch it. She just has to be near it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Den. Welcome back to a Sunday. Welcome back to another wonderful day of Vampire the Masquerade as we get to continue where we left off. Mr. Shin up there in the corner, please take us away with our wonderful intros to those old and new so we can actually get this rolling.
And I am happy to do so as, yes, I agree, poor Chief over there has been suffering from, looks to be a bane from his, you know what, he just takes on all banes, but quick as we can. My name is Shin, as you all know, but on the Dark Nights, I like to weave a bit of magic by taking on my character of the night known as Grayson Holland of the Clan Tremere.
Well, he did say quick, so Acer, Thin Blood, good to meet you all. Moving on.
Sufficient.
Morgan Caldwell, La Sombra, I play Crescent. Moving on.
You're muted, hon.
Oh, poor Onyx.
Hi. I'm eating candy. I play Onyx. My name is
Octavian.
We're
Oh my
professionals,
lord.
by the way.
Totally.
Hi.
No, we're not.
Somebody help me! And I'm your wonderful storyteller. My name is Peter. I am very scared for this coterie. Very scared. Anyway, let's jump back into our vampire story, shall we? We fade back in now to these fateful sewers. As Grayson and Onyx, you pull Walaneka up from the sloop onto the metal working surface. He rolls over onto his back, flopping his arms wide, just Gah! Damn it! Ha! So, you guys are alive, kinda. We're okay. What the hell just flushed me down the shitter?
Ghosts. Specters, mainly.
That's real.
Yeah, we had a run-in a while back, but these ones seemed a bit more powerful.
Just looks to Onyx and Grayson.
Yes, I can confirm this.
Yeah, these two kicked their ass. It was awesome.
Oh, I missed it! Damn it! He sits up, just visibly pouting. Oh, I'm always missing the actors. First Duncan and now fucking Ghost. Oh well, at least I got a bath. He shakes his head vigorously, some of the hood kind of flopping off. You see he actually has very long, deep black, filthy dreadlocks. They actually come down to his mid-sternum as he shakes his head back and forth. You guys are splattered with some of the spray water. Onyx, do you feel something kind of splatter against your face a little bit as he just shakes his head vigorously? Fuck. Well, what about our friend as he slowly steps up? Did you guys find him? Is he alive?
Gonna turn to Grayson.
Fine.
Deferring to those two.
Fine. Was this a waste of fucking time?
She's going to need a little bit.
She's, in mourning.
He tilts his head. That fucking shit.
Listen, what those things were, they were not happy. And when I say not happy, I mean dragged back from whatever abyss they came from. Claws, teeth, whole 9 yards.
So how'd you guys fend them off? So you're saying that Enzo is dead. He's dust.
Yeah. Luckily, it seems like those things can become tangible when wanting to interact with us. We just ended up surprising them.
Acer, go ahead and give me a manipulation with subterfuge. And I'll say Grayson is helping in this endeavor, so you get a +1.
I was really hoping it was the other way around. Damn it.
Grayson can't do all the heavy lifting for you guys.
But he's the...
You're the one that said the words. I was avoiding saying the words.
So was I, but no one else was talking.
I Yes.
There's a reason. I ain't lying to a hound.
Wise decisions, Onyx. Wise
Wow,
decisions.
she's learning real fast.
Especially a Nosferatu.
Hey, no, I kept to myself damn well on purpose.
That's a messy crit, sir.
Messy crit.
I can't re-roll that.
You have too many hunger die?
I have 4 hunger die. The crit are on both my hunger die.
This is what I'm saying is gonna
So, that's a total of 4, 5, 6.
6 successes.
I hate hunger.
Hunger and the beasts are always problematic. Let's see here. You know what? This is how this works out. I'm going to roll a d10. And we're going to find out what your compulsion is.
Shit.
Luckily, I have a plethora of dice.
Starting off strong, guys.
Absolutely.
Flying colors so
The
far.
technical difficulties delayed us, and now this, it had to be. It had to
A
happen.
plus, Acer.
So,
More like A minus.
as you guys are speaking, Acer, you force the lie through your teeth, trying to maintain this composure, maintain this visage. You have it in your mind how you're going to project this. But you don't speak calmly. In fact, when Iwaneka finally does seem to question you, you get right into his face. You end up white knuckling as you end up going nose to nose with him and puff out your chest. You have this air of just effort that comes through you all of a sudden. The words that come out of your mouth are just laced like razors. Because I'm not going to step back for a moment looking at you until head as your teeth are just gritting. You're pale and you're hungry. You've been flushed down the tube. You nearly got eaten by zombies. You rocketed out of a fishbowl only to nearly get pummeled to death by ghosts. You've had to burn so much of your reserves and you are starving. You can't stop thinking about how hungry you are at this moment. It's just screaming in the back of your head. It feels like glass grinding against metal in your ears. That's all you can hear in your mind as these words spit out of your mouth. As you are visibly salivating and your lips are curled back. Monica leans back from it just in shock as he seems almost like he's going to defend himself, but then he raises an eyebrow. He looks to Grayson. And Veronica's whole disposition shifts very quickly as he just simply crosses his arms over his chest and just stares right back at you, Acer. For now, you are now under the compulsion of hunger. You are starving. All you can think about is eating. You can't think clearly. You push yourself too far. And the beast is demanding its toll. Until you slate at least one hunger, you are on a -2 penalty to all rolls, and while not in pursuit of this compulsion.
Fine.
The Walneka leans back from it, looks all of you.
We're hungry, Walneka. We're hurt, and I think
He puts a finger up and goes, Okay.
Yes.
He points back to Acer. I'm going to let that go, Acer. On the simple basis of you're kind of really funny to look at, and you're a primogen. So retaliating against a primogen would be distasteful, in my opinion. And I want to keep liking you. But keep that fucking attitude in check around me. These teeth ain't for fucking show, as he puts a very wide grin against you, and he has a full mouth with almost could be dog teeth. Second, I'm going to pretend that you all are telling the truth. And I'm going to go back there, and I'm going to see that Enzo is still existing. Because this story ain't adding up. I may not know a lot about ghosts, but they would seem that pissed off, and you managed to just convince them to leave. And then with that reaction, look, I may be a jarhead, but I ain't fucking stupid. So, for the sake of this, I'm going to pretend that you're all telling the truth for one night. One fucking night. Starting tomorrow, I will keep my mouth shut for one night. On the simple fact that you all just pulled me out of that fucking sewage tank. That's my repayment. Okay?
We'll take it.
In the future, just remember, I don't like being lied to. I don't deserve that. And if you have something to fucking hide, I'm gonna find it. So, bear that as a friendly warning next time. Are we understood?
Acer's just going to keep his mouth shut and nod.
I am very interested in the brick walls and the ceiling of this nice place.
Next time, don't try to lie to me. You will regret it. But thank you for the help. Let's go check on our dead friend and upset redhead, shall we? The one who's in mourning. As you guys began walking back in this moment, Crescent, you have been alone with Enzo for a little bit of time. A couple minutes, 10 minutes now. As he hasn't said anything to you. He's just been white-knuckling the ruined leg of his pants with his only good hand. And just broken. He's been just trying to maintain his composure and bring himself back down. He's no longer sobbing, but he hasn't lifted his head. He just rested, and you see just tapping his forehead against his knees every now and then. He's hit beyond the breaking point.
After some time, I'm just gonna say, so how did you manage to stay away so long with the bond? Or are you not?
He takes a moment where he kind of peeks up at you, slowly lifting his head and resting against the wall. There are smudged reddened stains that come down the front of his face. What day is it? What's the date?
I'm assuming I'll tell him the date. I'm July 24th right now.
It's been about a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I tortured myself. I tried for the first couple days just to run as far as I could. But I just kept, no matter how far I managed to get, I just kept having to come back. And I'd always find myself right on her fucking doorstep. So, I did the only thing I could think of. I fled down here as far as my body would let me. Luckily, the fucking ghosts made it really, really easy to run from my existence. And when I finally lost sight of them, and I felt that itch to come running back in my little hole, I beat the living shit out of myself until my body couldn't move anymore. Tore the rest of my arm off as he kind of waves his stump. That didn't do it. Beat my own ribs in. That didn't do it. It wasn't until I crammed myself into that little fucking corner and I threw my back as hard as I could until I heard something break that I finally stopped moving. So I waited it out. Why the hell did you come down here? You realize what you've done.
What do you think?
You hold no affection for me. The day you were embraced, all that became a thing of the past. You made that very clear.
You're the one who made that clear. You're the one who ignored me. You could have said something. You could have said anything, and instead you just pretended like nothing happened.
What could I say?
What the hell was I supposed to think?
What could I say?
I mean,
no,
the truth would have been a good start.
What could I have said to make that better? I already started telling you the truth. Now look how you reacted. And then you had your friend dig around in my head.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I want to ask her that. And also tell her that was an invasion of privacy, which I don't really appreciate.
Look, we're all at wit's ends right now.
Says the guy who has probably still 6 broken ribs and is a shredded meat of an arm.
Alright, so you have nothing to lose.
I have a lot to lose. I have a lot to fucking lose if she gets her hands on me.
Start telling me the truth. I've risked a lot to be here right now, to be helping you, and I don't care if the truth is that. You don't care if I'm burning alive in front of you. I need to know. Despite everything, don't I deserve that much? Or do I not?
He tears his eyes away from you, but you see as you speak to him, but as each word comes out, his eyes almost... He grits his teeth as his eyes seem to just pull themselves to you as you're speaking to him. Like he's having a hard time looking away from you. He stays very quiet as he kind of grits his teeth.
It's all life with you. You know? I thought you were it. And now I just feel like a fucking idiot, so... I don't even know why I'm...
He turns to you as he opens his mouth, but it quickly snaps shut as the sound of footsteps get closer, and your coterie returns with Wildneka. Wildneka's walking ahead of things. He does not look very happy, but he looks down at you, Crescent, and he looks over to see Enzo, but then he looks right past him as if he's not there. Burley, I know you're upset, and it sucks with what happened to your friend, but we gotta get out of here. And I think I've held up my end of the bargain. He offers you a hand to help you stand up. Come on. No use mourning over ashes, right? As he kind of gives a bit of a snide look over to Acer, who he is not looking good.
Acer's pale and not even looking in Wyaneka's direction. He's just...
Hey, what the hell is going on?
The hell's going on is that I'm going to get you guys out of here, finish my job, go get something to eat, and pretend this night didn't happen for a bit, for the sake of the fact that I like you and your friends. So stop mourning over your dead friend, get up like a hound, and let's go.
I'm going to look at Enzo.
He's just looking up to you. His eyes just locked onto you, but his trap is shut as he looks at Wildneka, but mostly back at you. And he does, after a moment, start to get to his feet. Acer made it pretty fucking clear, you all are in charge. I don't get what I want, but that's normal.
Well, I still have answers. So, you're coming back to the center.
Yes, ma'am. Wildneka grips you by the forearm and helps you to your feet. As you all begin walking down the maintenance shaft, do you speak to Crescent?
Yeah. I will just... I'll almost go to, like just almost shyly nudge her. I'm not quite looking, and then I think better of it. Like, I'll pull back at the last second. And I'll just kind of whisper, I'm sorry. We tried. We need to get Acer out of here.
At this point, you have nothing to apologize for.
No, I do. One more thing. Well, 2, I guess. I'm not very good at having people or kindred or acquaintances around me. So I think I've handled this poorly. And, well, I'm sorry I kept information from you in the beginning, and I think I tried to make up for it, and I made up for it in the wrong way. So, tell your dead friend I'm sorry too. And then she's just gonna, again, almost like pat you and like think better of it, and then just give you a small smile and walk forward.
I'll just nod and keep moving forward.
You go on a little bit longer before Valneka stops in front of a few maintenance doors that are spaced along the wall pretty evenly. He stops to look at each sign, runs a dirty finger over a few of them before he stops at one and goes, this one's ought to be it. And he looks over to you, Acer, as you watch as he takes someone to crack all along his fingers, his wrists, his shoulders, his neck, as you can hear almost his entire skeletal structure realigning itself, and he stands up much straighter, something than he had been. He always had a bit of this gaunt, hunched walk as he went. He never looked meek, but he always seemed just not very tall or foreboding. But as he stretches his body out, you actually see he's almost an impressive 6'8". As he makes a very distinct show to show you his size, as he digs his nails into the actual frame of this metal door, puts one foot in, and he begins to just lean into it, gritting his teeth. His hands begin to shake for a moment as he's not trying to open the door by the hand. You guys kind of question what he's doing before you hear as you watch as he grabs the metal frame and pulls it out of the concrete wall and slides it off to the side. Door is locked. Come on. Let's go. As he just kind of pushes the door along the wall.
I'll go ahead first.
As I pass Wayaneka, I'm just gonna look him in the eyes and give a thank you, but it's definitely gonna be more than just for the door kind of thank you as I go by.
He kind of nods to you. Listen, I like you. I like your friends. I really hope you honor that boon when I come back around. It's one thing to be putting my life on the line for you guys. I don't mind that. I'm used to that. But I'm going to tell you the same thing I told your friends, so it's only fair. Don't lie to me. Don't you ever try to lie to me. You didn't, so I'm not mad at you. Especially because we're both hounds, and I have to trust you. As far as kindred can trust one another.
You can.
Don't do something to make me not trust you. Because then you will regret it. And I'll make sure of that.
Understood loud and clear.
Hoorah.
Thank you.
Pats you on the back to let you go in.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys all funnel in, Enzo kind of bring you up close to Acer. You guys hear the sickening of metal against stone as he leans back, drags that door, and just gripping on to the small bits of metal that are bent outward with his fingertips. Puts that door back where it was. Bare fist, he hammers the metal back in place.
Yeah, I'm glad I got angry at that guy.
You get the sense, Acer, if Wayaneka was making a point. You probably got it loud and clear.
Oh, the point was made and it was clear.
For the sake of brevity, that the walk goes on for some time. Ladders here, staircases there, but to Onyx, you're relieved the deeper you walk down this hallway led by Wayaneka, as he does push himself through you guys back to the front, as he's the guide and he is finishing his job. The old, moldy, wet concrete walls become less aged, more refined, more maintained. For long, you can start to hear the sounds of subway trains rattling through the wall, the vibrations of the tracks. You can start to hear the sounds of people not too far away. Or finally, you all come around what appears to be a set of stairs, like almost like a parking structure type set of stairs, going up several flights. Veronica leans back as you all feel the coolness of the Seattle streets not too far away. Gives the handle a bit of a jiggle. He sighs before he puts one hand against the wall, twists, and breaks the latch. The door swinging open. He opens it just enough to peek inside, looking back at you. All right, this is far I'd take you all. I suggest you don't let Mr. Mangled back there really get spotted, the masquerade and all that jazz. I'm going to find a different path now that I know what's been going on down here. I've got work to do, so good luck. And thanks for traveling with Wow and NECA's tour guides through Seattle's underbelly. Please don't come again.
As everyone's going out, does our mangled friend still have my coat?
You never took it off of him.
Excellent. So I'm just going to grab the hood and just throw it over him. Not even going to say anything. I'm just going to do that and just walk forward.
He lowers his head as you flip the coat. He takes his good arm and kind of holds it over the mangled side of his torso, do the best he can to kind of cover himself up.
Well, Becca, a fine night, and yes, I do hope we never have to go back down there again. However, if nothing else, thank you for being there.
Next time that's what you ask for help with, I think I might pass.
If I ever ask you to go down there with me again, then you can kick my ass. Or you can try.
Nah, noted.
Anyway, as everyone's moving some space away, he does kind of grab onto the sleeve of your shirt a little bit before you kind of start stepping out. Girly, I know you got a problem in my clan. And you know what? You pissed me off initially, but it's fair. I just don't really like being judged for what I look like, you know?
No, it has, I will assure you it has nothing to do with what you look like and everything to do with my embrace.
No, that's the thing.
So you can be rest assured.
That's fine. That's fine. But here's the thing. I'm going to prevent any potential owings in the future. Not saying you would, but I'd like to be sure. I don't like owing favors because you did save my life. That shark tooth man you were talking about, I wasn't 100% honest.
She tenses up and just looks at him.
Look, I don't know his name. Regrettably so. I do know, though, that back in the 40s, 50s, maybe somewhere around that time, there was a big family that liked to run things in Seattle. And
I know them well.
Well, that was one of their muscles. And let's just say this guy's MO is not good.
So he's still around?
As far as I know, nothing ever killed him. From one Gnosis to other Gnosis, we kind of keep tabs on each other. It's good to know where the ones you can't see are. Kind of know their turf, know what's going on. He's one of the few Gnosis that I know that left Seattle for quite a number of years. But remember how I said I was nervous about the other side of the city when we left?
Mm-hmm.
I really wasn't around much in this city during the time when that man supposedly were running the streets. But what Khalid has told me about the way the city functioned after I was embraced and what I had heard through the grapevine, we hear a lot of similarities. So,
I had a feeling.
I don't know a lot about this guy, but based on what I've been told, he's not very nice. And I mean that in the worst kind of way.
That's an understatement.
I'm just warning you, if you're looking for someone like that, one, looking for a Nosferatu without their permission is always a bad news, but based on what I've been told, this guy's Anarch. The whole family is Anarch. It's one thing to go middling around with other kindred when it's Camarilla business. There would be a certain amount of etiquette. You start fucking around with an Anarch mafia group, guys that don't hold our traditions or our restraints. Girl, you're playing chicken with the sun. Your group is tough, and it seems like your friends got your back. I kind of can see them actually helping you out quite a bit if you were to ask. But you better be fucking careful if that's what you really want to dip your toes into, because Anarchs play by a lot of different rules. They don't have the same kind of restraint we do. Be careful. You're not too bad for a Malkavian. I hate to see if there's something really bad happen to you.
Warning taken.
Look,
Am I hearing this?
if you're trying to eavesdrop,
Probably.
I'll say he's speaking very quietly, kind of getting the hint that Onyx has pretty good hearing. So I'm just going to say, for the sake of this, just give me a wits and awareness.
Okay. I just assume since he's a hound, I'm a hound, and he's talking to her in this sort of way, I'm like, I kind of curiously just want to know what's going on. I just have the crit, so just 4?
4? I'll say it's enough. You're able to kind of lean back a little bit and kind of slow your pace and hear a majority of the conversation.
Okay.
You definitely can hear him as he wraps up and goes, listen, I'm good at finding info. That's my job. You're Cam, and like I said, from Malkavi ain't too bad. If you need information, you can pay it. I'll see what I can do.
I'll keep that in mind. I'm pretty good with information myself, but if I need something.
I know. Your apartment's really nice, by the way. Very organized. Gives you a very wide smile.
The smile drops. But
I'm bullshitting. I've never been inside. You just seem like that type.
I appreciate the compliment.
Just be careful. Our numbers are having issues, and I hate to see fellow Cam get fucking swashed.
Well, too bad. I don't mind if it happens.
That's a dangerous attitude to have, girlie. But it's your prerogative. It's not my business, unless you make it my business. Then it's my business, and I will find out.
Much obliged.
He holds the door open a little bit larger so you can kind of step on through before... The door slams very hard. Not in the sense of get the fuck out, more in the sense of that door is not going to stay closed unless there's a little force behind it now. But now, finally free of the sewers, you all find yourselves back on the Seattle streets. You guys are what appears to be in a small alcove building. It's no necessary barriers here. It seems to be very unmarked. Appears to be one of the sewage maintenance tunnels, and whoever's head of the pack, I'm assuming Grayson. Can you kind of peek your head out a little bit, pulling your mask up to try to make sure you block any of your normal facial features. You guys got some miles. Maybe you're probably about 10 miles away from where you guys were.
What part?
Looks like part of the upper west side of course, Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Crescent, as you kind of come up to the rest of the group, you realize you guys are too far away from Nora's place.
How far away is
a
that
while.
from our territory?
You guys are on the east side towards the harbors, so it's across town.
Are we gonna take the bus this time?
Well, we need to get back to our vehicle, and then we can head back. As I say this, can I pull out my phone and check the time?
You check the time. It's about 1 a.m.
Okay.
It's not necessarily too late, but you guys have spent a significant amount of time down there. Night's probably about half burned.
I was just making sure it wasn't too late into the night and into the morning, otherwise urgency.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons, but we may need to employ a little bit of ground transportation to get to our vehicle.
If we're in Belltown, Onyx is going to pull out her phone and look a little preoccupied and just say, "Don't worry about me, guys. I've got somewhere I gotta be. I'll catch up with you later."
Yep, my number.
And she's gonna start making her way over. Yeah, we're there. Sorry, I'm actually looking at a map.
It's all good.
Yeah, there's a bus station right there. She'll probably start heading towards her own place, which is probably not a horrific walk, but yeah.
No, before she leaves, can I stop her for a second?
Easy enough.
Hey, Onyx. I've put your life in danger a lot in this past month. More than you ever did for me, so rightfully so, I do owe you that boon, so whenever you need me, I mean it. Okay?
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to put you in harm's way either, though.
That's refreshing for once. No offense.
I mean, I already have done it, so, I guess we're even.
Anytime you need me, just ask, okay? I'll be at the center.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
I'll say for this, just so I know, with the other three of you, how are you intending to navigate your way back to the center?
I would like for us to go and retrieve our vehicle first, and then when we will use it to get back to the center. But I guess for now we will. The buses are still running at this point.
Oh yes, they come about. They come out once every 45 minutes or so because
they run till 3 a.m. I know from the recent trip.
We just learned.
Yes,
we just learned that they want to.
There you go.
Trust me, I remember that from my security days. They go late, but at this point in night, they usually just one about every 45 minutes or so.
I'll turn to the other three and look to Preston and Acer. Well, we have a few options, but I think we need to go back and get the vehicle.
Oh, my car is still at your place, so I have to come back eventually anyways.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that the parking gets validated so you don't get towed.
Oh, much obliged, Mr. Holland.
Oh, we don't screw around with that. If you stick in my parking lot, that car's mine.
He's still mad about the truck.
Freaking luck, bud.
I am still mad about my truck.
I'm so
Absolutely.
I would laugh watching you try and drive stick shift.
The worst part is the tape survived.
Yeah.
Oh.
Took it out of the truck. I was like, of course.
Oh dear. Well,
But,
I assume that we're gonna try and make it back to the car, which would.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that would be that far away.
Okay. So I'll say overall. You know what? Let's check something.
Let's jump on public transport, everybody.
I'll say Enzo is able to maintain himself fairly well. He's in a lot of pain. His body has been horrendously beaten and mangled between the race and his own hand, but he's able to squelch the pain, keep his head low. Well, the bus driver does seem to glance at him a little bit, but a quick shot from his eyes, and that bus driver just leans back and then blinks as if Enzo was never there. Get the sense that Enzo's not really playing with the kid gloves when it comes to his own abilities right now to stay not noticed. But Acer, you're under a bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Being out here on the streets, it's bad. You may not have heightened senses, but you can hear heartbeats now. You're very consciously aware of other people. As you all wait for the base stop, you're fidgety. After a little while, probably maybe 20 minutes, because you guys caught about a halfway point between the routes, you do watch as the bus coming up, and you immediately begin white knuckling. As you can see, at this late an hour, it looks like there's quite a few people on this bus. And then that thought of you being crammed like a sardine can in the middle of this bus, you immediately start getting a little itchy as that roaring torrent of blood just begins rolling down the street. And those doors open wide for you as everyone begins stepping on, and you are hesitating for a moment as you can hear all those heartbeats pulsing through. Are you going to try and ride this bus?
Hell no. The moment those doors open, Acer's just going to get up and be like, meet you at the center, and then just get off the bus.
He books it.
You know what? Fine. He's a resourceful man. We'll meet him back there.
We'll allow Acer his own devices as you begin booking it through the streets. Enzo, Crescent, and Grayson making your way back. No problems for you. As you find a darkened corner of the bus in the back, as there's probably good to be dozen and a half people, most probably workers or party goers coming off the bus. There are a few rowdy individuals, but nothing too horrible. It's a strange homeless guy kind of gawking at you guys with a bit of a tilted head. But besides that, nothing too outlandish as you'll kind of cater around Enzo, keeping the eyes off him.
I like to think our funk is helping that. People
Absolutely
stay away from us. Be like, holy shit.
Quite a few people, it goes without mention, the moment you sit down, move to other parts of the bus very quickly. I'll say for the sake of brevity, it does take some time for you guys to have to huff your way back over to Pikes, because that's where the car was left. But you guys know the city pretty well by now. The bus helps out quite a bit to get back, but you get there without really a problem, and you make it back to the safety of the van. Luckily, it hasn't been graffitied or vandalized. Go figure.
Wow.
I'll look at Crescent, but I won't look at Enzo.
That's not really hard. Enzo does not look at you at all. In fact, Grayson, as you reach the car, you kind of keep an eye on Enzo this entire time. You can't help but notice that Enzo's eyes never leave Crescent's. He just keeps staring at her. When she looks at him, he does force himself to look away. The moment her eyes are off him, he's back to watching her. He seems almost moved with her at any given moment. He's just almost just expecting her to say something. He never looks at you.
Grayson notices this, watches Enzo, and opens up the door to the driver's side, and he purposefully leaves his gaze on Enzo for a moment. She's not going anywhere.
Kind of snaps over to look over at you. You see his lips pull back a little bit as he just nestles back deeper into the backseat of the van. Leans onto the side panel of the door. Gets a little uncomfortable as it's his mangled side as he just leans back. He constantly is conscious of himself that he's now just readjusting. Or he finally just gives up and he just slouches, just shaking his head.
Grayson, what happened to you?
He lost his fucking mind. That's what happened.
Enzo.
I handled the situation, which is what I always seem to have to do.
You saved all of our lives. We established that.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. We're all hungry. It's been a long day. We smell like shit, literally. Grayson? Are you okay?
Yes, I think I will be.
Thanks for the save. Regardless. Sorry if I pissed you off or something.
I just wish you would have told me, but it's out now.
Told you what?
I don't think it was really any of your business.
Enzo! I mean, you never told me the story of how you were embraced either, so I hadn't even heard from Acer before last month. I didn't know that you needed to know every detail.
I just said no secrets, but it's
For
understandable.
that but to be a
This was
secret.
not.
Do you somehow feel responsible for me still or something? 'Cause it kind of seems that way.
He goes over, opens the door, the driver's seat, and closes it. Turns on the ignition. Doesn't say anything.
She'll still quiet and just kind of look around and then look out the window.
Start driving back to the center.
As you guys begin driving back, the only thing that keeps your minds occupied is the feeling of the road, a small drizzle of rain that passes through Seattle every now and then, no matter what the season. And Enzo humming. It's a familiar song. Grayson, you've heard it. Crescent, you've heard it all the time. Song you'd always play on the organ. And he just hums it almost on a repeat. the entire drive back. Slight sound of his fingers tapping on the side of the handling of the door, almost rhythmically, like he's playing an instrument. Grayson, you pull yourself around a corner, and the ESSC comes back in view. Home. Safety. Away from the sewers, away from everything. You begin pulling yourself up towards the front gate as the bar lifts up. You begin pulling in. Do you stop to check in with one of your guardsmen? It looks like... Let's see, who's on watch today? It looks like Craig. Sitting at the booth. He seems like half asleep as you begin pulling up. But the moment the gate starts rising, jumps up to attention, looks to see you as he gives you a very awkward smile and scratches the side of his head. I don't... What's with the mask, and who are you? And why are you in one of our trucks? Rudy, I got a problem here.
Tell Rudy Titan's in.
Crescent? Right. We're Crescent, right?
Yes. You are.
Rudy, do you know what Titan? There's a moment where Rudy's voice cuts in very quickly. Let him in, he's fine. He's just a hired hand. Let him in. Sure, because I don't have a log that one of our bands must be at. No, I cleared it earlier. I got it. Just send him in. Okay, cool. What's with the mask? What did I say? Okay, damn. Yeah, go on, I guess.
I just wave my hand forward and I drive in.
Can't help but hear just as you just drive on by, the bar closes behind you as you pull into the safety of the garage. Settle yourselves in, open the doors. Rudy comes peeling through the back garage area as he opens the door, just checks around, checks behind him, and closes behind him. Boss, you gotta fucking call me when you're on your way back, damn it!
And look, you are absolutely right, Rudy. Again, it was just a very...
Oh my god!
It was an interesting night.
Because he puts a hand up and steps
that's
back.
part of it.
What the fuck happened?
Okay, do you know... Can you do me a favor, Rudy?
Sure, what?
Can you go into medical and get, like, the chemical wash bags? You know, the ones that we use to, quick wash?
Yeah.
Can you grab one of those?
Yeah,
Can
sure.
I grab a few of them?
Yeah, I'll grab all of it.
Appreciate that.
Everyone but Enzo, or Enzo if he's a sneaky little bitch, has pretty much been in Acer's room, so everyone knows that he has one of those like decontamination power showers in there. So if you guys want to go in there and use it, more than welcome. Just saying.
I'll say I walk by knowing that, and I'm just gonna take Enzo with me, and Acer's got a supply in his lab.
Oh yeah, I know where it is. Oh, I know where it is. God, without finishing, he stumbles off. God damn. Oh, I'm assuming you guys are taking the tunnels.
We are, in fact, taking the tunnels.
It's not too long as you guys make your way through Acer's lab. Not long either before Rudy comes by as the door just opens, leans around a little bit as he just slides a large red bin with large bags, what appears to be disinfectant fluid, slides it in. He's like, I'm just gonna keep this door shut. Okay, cool. And he closes it without really waiting for an answer. Get the sense he's probably standing outside.
I go over and I am the first one to start cleaning myself off.
And so kind of immediately begins to just kind of like meander around the room as you begin just stripping, decontaminating Crescent not too far behind you as maybe about 10, 15, 20 minutes goes by of this process as there only is one major shower. You could kind of use some of that disinfectant fluid. It's not necessarily soothing to the skin, but you could feel that grime to slip off like oil and water. It's like, just get rid of it, whatever it takes. It doesn't smell the greatest, but it's better than sewage. But as Crescent, I'm assuming you hold no shyness either?
Probably not. She doesn't normally, so.
Well, then round two, because as you take your turns off, Grace, you step off to the side, just grabbing some clean towels off of Acer's stash. Acer, I'm assuming taking the tunnels, because for you to sneak in, you built the place. You know how to get it up being seen.
Oh, yeah. I got secret paths that not even they know about.
You sneak your way into the tunnels, and Crescent, as you're fixing the crap out of your hair, you turn as Acer, the door opens wide as you are now just face to face.
You mind turning that around?
And he just closes the door. Let me know.
Uh-huh.
But for the sake of brevity, past the awkwardness, you do get changed. There are enough towels or baggy clothes within this area to wear something clean for now at least. Crescent, if you were wearing any of Acer's clothes or sneaking your way to your room.
Acer, you mind if I borrow like a shirt or something?
Yeah, shirt's on the left. Enzo, there's some black in there if you want it. I don't know what your color scheme is. Black goes with everything.
I'm already tossing you a black shirt.
Pants bottom row to the left.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Enzo doesn't really say much as you kind of toss him some clothes as well. He waits. After a little bit, Acer, you do feel safe to come on in as Crescent is throwing on a very large baggy shirt. Grayson already throwing on probably a pair of gym shorts and also a loose t-shirt as well. It's not really your style, but beggars can't be choosers. And anything is better than nothing. At least it's clean.
It's
correct that way.
It's all dark colors, so no matter what you put on, it kind of matches.
You do.
After that, he'll walk in and
immediately
set up the curtain before showering himself.
As Acer begins actually going to another drawer that you guys didn't realize there was actually a curtain. But that's not the part that annoys you the most as you look to Acer. Front of his mouth, front of his jacket, front of his shirt. Smell it on it. For long, you guys are all clean. Many of an awkward time passes, and so allowing himself to be the last to get taken care of, as the three of you are now more comfortable. He removes his stuff, and now you get to see the extent of his injuries. His torso is just riddled with bruises all across his torso. His arm just twisted and mangled. You can see the bone has begun to extend itself, muscle and sinew just like sticking to it. But it's still just ragged heaps as he steps into the curtain, begins changing. So, the three of you are finally back at the Haven. You are safe, and you don't reek any longer. Those clothes may need to be burned, though.
I'll take it to the furnace later.
I'm going to my room to get my own clothes, please.
Easy enough. He starts following you, leaving Acer and Grayson alone. What do you guys want to do? In fact, also for the sake of brevity for this, what do all of you want to do for the next bit? I know Onyx, you're on your way to Elko Zone. I know that one.
Well, I'm going to need everyone in the room for this, but particularly Grayson and I think you were about to say something, so I'm going to wait until whatever you want to do.
I was going to hold up my hand. I'm going to check with Rudy very quickly, and then we're going to have a small discussion.
Is it going to be about Enzo?
That's another part, but I was going to ask about and I motion to around his face and chest area as I do that, I say, do I need to be concerned? Do we need to clean something up, or?
I hope not. Got hungry, fucked up again, but ambulance came, so I'm hoping they can take care of it.
Did they see you?
I don't think so.
All right. Keep an eye on it. I'm sure you remember who this person was and checked an ID, maybe?
Yeah, I remember who he is.
Okay. Keep an eye on him, just in case we need. I'd rather, if something goes wrong, I'd rather us know about it. We can talk to the right people.
Thinking ahead.
Just want to be prepared, but you do bring up a good point, Enzo.
Oh, I'm about to bring up another point. Eleonora. That's something I need to talk to everyone about.
We are going to need to discuss this. We don't have a lot of time, but at least we bought ourselves another night.
I'd say maybe one night, depending on if she believes Enzo can stuff himself into a sack after he's turned to ash.
It's more of how long are we willing to harbor him? She will find him.
Oh, absolutely, but that's what I need everyone here for.
Okay.
Unless, Crescent, do you have something specific you're going to have with Enzo privately? It's not hard to get into your own clothes before you join back with the rest of the group, unless you have something you want to do.
I just don't feel like I never got a clear answer from him.
So, you go into the room and begin changing as Esso follows very quietly behind you. He just kind of looks around the room as you glance back at him, fully changed into a comfortable attire of your choice. You see,
If he sees the harp, she's probably going to get a little bit shy about it.
that's what he's looking at.
Huh.
But he doesn't say anything. He stands there. That cold expression on his face.
So?
What? So what? Look, you keep looking at me like you're expecting something out of me. If you want to say something, just fucking say it.
I told you I just wanted the truth.
I already
And
told
I
you the
don't feel
truth.
like I've gotten it.
I told you the truth. I think I don't fucking care.
You haven't shown me anything otherwise. Why should I care?
That's the thing, Crescent. You shouldn't care. As he turns to look at you. You shouldn't care about me. You shouldn't. You should have, the moment you got a chance to leave that cathedral, you should have forgot about me. I should have been just as I was. Just a pain in your ass. Because you weren't meant to find me. I didn't want you to find me. I didn't want anyone to find me. And now you had to find me. And now you're drugged into the middle of it. And that's not something I wanted. So, yes. You shouldn't care about me. You should have let me die. You should have let me stay there. Then when you did find me, you should have just fucking executed me and delivered me as at least Ash to Eleanor, so that would have been better than what's going to happen to me now.
Well, then you don't know me at all because I'm not that type of person.
I know you a lot better than you think you know, and you're just arrogant about it.
Really?
Yes, really. God, you're infuriating. Why do you think I don't want to fucking talk about this? You weren't supposed to come looking for me.
So what did you want me to do?
Just you were supposed to let me go. Why are you so fucking insistent on dragging shit out of me?
Because I still fucking care.
Why?
I don't know why!
Yes, you do!
You freaking berate me, you don't talk to me, you make these teasing, stupid comments! And by the way, this has been happening for the past 2 decades, and yet you still refuse to talk to me.
There you go, let it
how much
all
you
out.
actually want.
Let it all fuking out. Come on! Show me how much you fucking hate me. Because here's the thing.
Why do you want me to hate you?
This is what I deserve, okay? I met you when you were human.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? That I'm sorry? Right now, thanks to you meddling, I can't even keep my mouth shut anymore. Thanks for that, by the way. I stuck off one bond, now I'm stuck with yours. So now I have to fucking care. Thanks for taking that choice away. So Peach, fine, I'll give you what you want. Eleonora ruined your fucking life and forced me to do it. Every step of the way. Your family wasn't great, sure, she made it worse. Ripped your family apart. Tortured you. Ruined everything about your life. It wasn't perfect, but it was better than most. And then broke you. Broke you piece by piece. Who do you think introduced you to those drugs? Who do you think that got everything going? Yeah, sure, they're all friends of mine, so to speak. Yeah, they're all people that I brought into your life. I brought you into so many horrible places that were horrible for you and let you do horrible things. Encourage you to do horrible things to yourself. I didn't want to do that. It was cruel. Even for my taste. It's like grabbing a small animal, an infant, defenseless animal, and ripping it apart piece by piece. And then being forced to smile about it. And all the while, every single fucking time, I didn't have a fucking choice. It's what she wanted. It's what Eleanor wanted. She wanted you. What, do you think that I just woke up one night, happened to find you, know everything about you, just overnight, said the right things, did the right things, all because I wanted to ruin your existence? Did you think that I had some deluged fantasy of falling in love with you, and then all of a sudden turning you into what I am, have some kind of fucked up romantic comedy horror story? That we'd sail off into the moonlight together? It doesn't work like that, babe.
I get it.
No, you don't. If you got it, you'd realize I'm not a liar. You would realize that I kept my distance for a reason. That once I didn't have to torture you anymore, when I didn't have to string you along and destroy everything about you, you were finally safer. And the damage that I did, I can't undo. I did horrible things, Chris. Eleonora is a monster. It's a sadistic, horrible bitch. You're not the first. You just happen to be the second longest she's had since she's been here. Why do you think Eleanor doesn't talk about her past? Why do you think that is? Because if she talked about it, no child would ever feel safe around her. Guess how many she went through before she took you? In the process of taking you. How many times? How many were met their final death by her? Take a guess. I'm trying to get you to understand. I have never once lied to you. Does it make you feel better to know that when I first got to know you, I actually like you? That I actually thought you were beautiful. That I found you entertaining and witty. You made me laugh. That I generally enjoyed all those nights together. Dancing the night away. Spending time with you, just you and me. And Eleanor wasn't watching. Truth is, even if I could have the choice to stay away from you, I wouldn't have. And that it fucking broke my heart to watch you take your last breaths. That I had never felt a pain so severe since my own mother was killed right in front of me. Does it make you feel better that I did generally care and I still hurt you? I still forced you into becoming what you are? That I willingly put poison in your veins so that way it break everything down? Or do you feel better that I ruined you? Do you think I deserve to live, Crescent? Do you think I deserve to be still walking around in this fucking horrible world after what I did to you? So that I genuinely care about, I poisoned and destroyed from the inside out every fucking night. Everything I ever said, it was the honest truth. I didn't have to act around you. But every time you got closer to me, you lost a piece of yourself. And you were almost free. You were almost gone. And you still called me. And I couldn't keep away. And Eleanor felt it. She panicked. She forced me to say yes. She was on that phone when you called me that night. I was going to tell you no. I was going to break up with you. I was going to do everything I could to keep you away from me with the amount of will that I had left. But she told me to go, so I did. And I scooped you up from a horrible Christmas Eve. I was forced to make the most romantic thing I could think of. And in a different world, a different time, doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
It does.
Apparently it doesn't. Because if it mattered...
What makes you think it doesn't?
Because if it fucking mattered, you would have known me better. The last thing you made me promise you is that if you came to live with me, that I would play the piano every night. Every night. So that's what I did. And what'd you do to me instead? Exactly what I fucking deserved. You hated me. You saw me for what Eleanor did to me and turned me into. I kept my promise and I never lied to you. Not one time did I lie. But you hated me anyway. So, I did the right thing for once. Now that I wasn't forced to make it worse. I got to finally do what I wanted to and push you away from me. Push you as far away as I could. But you had to, as always, stick your nose where it shouldn't have been. And you had to come after me when I finally could do the right thing and atone and get away from it all. Do you know what you've done now? She's not stupid. That little ploy that your friends did, she's not going to believe that for 10 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised if she's on her way right now. You've cursed me beyond recognition, Mom, because now I get to watch you die again.
Why is that?
It's not your fault. But I have no one else I can blame. Don't you get it, Crescent? This world is not something to revere like you do. You walked around with power and you learned and you got stronger. Sure, great. You made friends again. Sure, great. Yeah, finally you have ways to change the world. But you're still Haley. You're still looking for that next fix. You're still waiting for someone to suddenly rescue you and make you feel better. But guess what? You know what's going to do? It's going to get you killed. It's going to make you watch as your friends are torn apart by unspeakable cruelty. And what's worse? Eleonora, either A, she's going to make you eat me, or she's going to make you watch as she eats me.
It's not going to happen.
Do you really believe that? Are you willing to sacrifice all of that for me? Everything that you finally able to get back at this fucked up life, this existence, you're willing to sacrifice all of that. Just for me.
You know, I think that's one thing that you're not getting. I would have given up everything. I would have given up everything.
Haley, you already gave up everything. You know, you make it really hard to do the right thing.
You know what? You can leave if you want to. Choice is up to you. You stay here, I'll help as much as I can. You go, you're on your own. If that's what you really want. But I'm not going to sit here and watch you suffer too. And I'm going to turn around and walk towards the door.
He grabs her by the hand. And it's an iron grip. It almost hurts.
What?
He pulls you a bit closer. He doesn't look at you. Doesn't say anything.
Either you talk, or I'm going to go. I'm done with this.
He pulls you closer to him now, and so now you're standing in front of him. He kisses you. He leans back away from you. It's fleeting. He looks up at you. His face softened. Haley, it's never been fake with me. Maybe the first time, when I didn't know you. But after that, I can't let you do this.
You're going to stay here, and I'm going to go back to my coterie, and I'm going to figure this out. And I'm gonna find a way.
Haley, you are going to ruin everything for me. If this is what you're going to do, then you need to understand what you're doing.
I understand what I'm doing.
No, you don't.
You think I'm still this naive girl who died 20 years ago?
No, you've never been naive. You were hopeful. You were looking for something better. You were looking for more. You were doing what you were supposed to do. And you were living your life. But now, you need to hear me when I say this. You are forcing me to stay here to watch you die again.
If you think I'm gonna die, you don't have much faith in me.
It's not that I don't have faith in you. I've just seen the horrors of the other side. I know Eleanor's true face, and it's a face you have never seen. If you don't think she's going to get what she wants, then you're sadly mistaken. Eleanor is not going to let go. And I can't leave, so this is now up to you. As the price for bringing me back, I can't say no to you. I can't run. I can't do what I want to do right now and be the man that I wish I was. I can't protect you. I'm happy to see you, and I'm happy that you drove me out of there. I didn't want to die in that pit like that. I wanted to at least die on the road in my own terms, but I don't get to be that lucky. So now you get to know what you're doing. If you don't give me to Eleonora, she will show you what hell really is. Remember, she's not what you think. She's not this sweet mother. She is a black widow. She will cannibalize you. She will cannibalize Grayson. She will cannibalize Acer. She will take every single person you care about until you're the only one standing, and then make you okay with it. And then you will have to repeat the same cycle. She is over 200 years old. If you really think there is an ounce of kindness left in her, you are fooling yourself. So you need to know, you're going to make your choice and you're going to protect her. I am grateful. But you're going to force me to watch you die again. I don't want that to happen. So go. Convince your friends to throw their lives away.
See, the thing is that my friends are their own people. They make their own choices. And they will make their own choice with this. If they want to, they will stay. And if they don't, then I will handle it on my own. But it's just like you said. You have to die at your own will for what you believe in. This is something I believe in. So if I die from it, then by all means, I will. But if I don't die for what I believe in, then what's the point of this in life? I have to try.
He leans in and kisses you on the forehead. It's familiar. You're stubborn as always. As he very, very slowly pulls himself away from you.
Stay here and stay hidden. I need to go talk to them.
He just nods his head. Couldn't say no, even if I wanted to.
And I hope when that fades, you still feel the same. And I will exit.
You hear as you close the door behind you, we'll see if I make it that long. And as you step away into the tunnels, you hear the gentle plucking of your heart. Some time does pass by. guys actually spoke. That's inside. The look on her face. Go ahead and describe it.
I know I've said this before, but I really mean it this time. This is probably the most mortal that Crescent has ever looked, like a freaking teenage girl. She's touching her lips and smiling. As soon as she sees you guys, she's gonna straighten up and be like, "Hey, everybody. Are we gonna talk?" Everybody's looking really serious.
Insight.
Fuck!
You know
Oh,
what?
boy.
It's not hard. Acer, you know that look because it's a look that you've dreamed that you would have when you finally get a girlfriend. But Grayson, you know that look because you've seen that look when Crescent was Haley. That's a hopeful smile for the future. The smile that she had when she finally made her turnaround back at the old treatment building. And it kind of clicks. The day she met Enzo is the day she had her turnaround. And it fills you with mixed emotions. There's a lot to unpack there.
Acer just immediately after seeing her walk in and use that excuse, deadpan stare, he's going to look at her and just look over to Grayson and be like, I don't know about you, but this is a worse attempt at lying than I can ever do.
You what now?
It's nothing. You look like you had something to say and we were waiting, but other than that, welcome back.
Good.
Did you find some answers? Get something out of him?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
We were gonna talk?
Yeah. Tomorrow night, I am gonna go talk to Eleonora.
The smile just fades. Everything fades. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Acer, your spontaneity is very, let's say, it's a little not out of the ordinary, but it still catches me off balance. It's well done. But truly, what idea did you have in mind?
What's going on?
I am going to go to her chapel. I am going to walk through the door. And I am going to talk to her. Because, honestly, it was a really big debate this entire time until I saw that as I point to Crescent.
What?
You. I
don't see how me equivalates to you talking to what? Why?
I'm going to try to cut a deal with her. I'm going to go over there, and if this works out, she will not be hunting Enzo.
This is going to have to be one enticing deal, Acer. You realize that?
What
exactly are you offering? What are you...
I am merely offering what I already was going to do in the first place when you asked me.
I didn't ask you to go risk your life. I mean, like, it's one thing I need to talk to you guys about, but you going there directly?
Yes, and unfortunately, alone. I'm going alone.
No, you're fucking not.
Crescent, in order for this to work, Grayson cannot be there because he has more important stuff to do. You cannot be there because you are still bonded to her. And if you are there, I can't win.
I think you have more chances of winning if I'm there. I know the blood bond's still there, but I'm 1 month away.
Until
this.
that month is up, You cannot be near her. And if you are, my plan falls apart. Literally.
You're gonna get yourself killed. A freaking thin blood talking. What exactly are you gonna say?
No, a primogen.
Even worse.
I would say,
look,
almost. I mean, he has the status now.
Look, I'm gonna be completely honest. When I found out about Enzo, I did not like him. When I learned of what he did, I hated him. When I saw him in the tunnel, that little bit of doubt came through my mind. Because, ironically enough, I was able to see through to something that I didn't even know was there, or didn't even think it was possible to be there. And now seeing you like that, the only thing that's running through my head, as I turn to Grayson, is his words. Everyone deserves a second chance. But I don't know what's going to happen or who is in your best interest, so I'm going to go find out. This is more than just bailing out Enzo for your sake.
What exactly are you going to say?
I'm going to go and I'm going to offer her a deal for my help in trying to fix whatever the hell she has going on with her. She has to leave Enzo alone.
She's not going to. Not like that.
And if she doesn't, we know where she stands. I heard what she said to you when she revealed everything to you. I was right there. If she truly wants to act like a mother, then she's going to have to grit her teeth and bear it. But if what Enzo said down in the sewers is true, we need to find out. Because the longer she wears that mask, the longer she can fool everybody. You risked your life to get your answers.
You're really willing to risk this?
Yeah. Look, I have my human family. I love them and I will do anything I can to get back to them. But I'm not going to just throw my kindred family under the bus for it. Despite everything that's happened, I do actually like you too. I'm even starting to grow attached to Onyx, if you could feel that. If what he says is true, then we're all as good as dead anyways. At the very least, we need to know where she stands so we can prepare.
At the very least, if you are going to do this, and I admit that it is a stupid plan, and I hate it. Mind you, I fucking hate this plan. If there's any advice I can give you, it's that she is over 200 years old. She is from the 1800s. If you are going to confront her, do not threaten, do not raise your voice. You treat her like a lady. You keep everything calm and composed. That is the best chance that you will stand. Again, I hate this fucking plan, and if you were gonna do this, just... I wanna go with you. Ugh.
I know, but in order for this to succeed, you can't. I know that sounds opposite, and trust me, I would love to have all three of you next to me when I do this. But it's not going to work if all three of us are there. If what you're saying is true, all that's going to do is incite a panic in her. Because that's 3-on-1.
My presence might calm her. No, my presence might calm her. And if she is more tempted to attack, I might be able to help with that. But again...
That's not what I'm worried about. If you were not blood bonded, I would agree wholeheartedly.
Come on, Mom. It's not that bad.
All she has to do is ask if you have seen Enzo, and you will answer.
I can fight it.
I hate to admit it, but Acer is correct. We cannot go.
If we all go, the deck is stacked against me. If I go alone, we're on even playing field. And trust me, I always have an ace up my sleeve.
I have a stipulation then.
Please.
When you arrive, I better know about it. When you are leaving, I better know about it.
If this plan works, I guarantee you will know about both of them. If it doesn't, you will know about one of them.
Please come back. I mean that. I'm breathing. Handle this carefully, please. I don't want to lose anybody. Your plan is risky. Please, be careful.
I know. Part of my plan is making sure that you guys know what I'm doing. I am not a good liar, so I have to go in there with nothing but the truth.
She'll know he's alive. I know that.
I know.
There's no lying to her about that.
I know.
The last thing I want her to do is come to the center for it, but I know she might, and I hate putting you guys at risk. I really do, and I don't want to. And if you guys want Enzo and I to leave, I'm okay with that too. Because again, I don't want to put either of you at risk. I don't want to put anyone at risk. So if you want us to leave, please say something now. I will leave.
Let's wait.
Grayson?
Wait on that.
I actually agree with Grayson, because I don't want you to leave. I want you to stick around. I want Grayson to stick around. I want Onyx to stick around. I want you guys to live. Let me try. Let me do this as my first real sign of a primogen.
Right. But if anything happens to you, and I don't want to speak for Grayson, but we will be there.
At this point, Grayson, the radio that you put in there on the table, after you removed it from your clothing, it goes off as, hey, Titan.
I go over to the radio and snatch it up. Yes.
You need to go to your office. There's,
Is he here?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Danica let him in.
Perfect. Appreciate that. And I turn to the other two. Something happens to you, Acer, they will have those things running the streets, warning people to stay out of my way. I'll be going to my office.
Grayson,
Stop and turn back.
I am sorry about everything. Be careful, okay? Please.
He's worth it. For the way that he makes you... He just I'll say he's worth it. For you. Then.
I don't mean to be nosy, but who exactly is in your office?
Plan above all.
What is he doing here?
He's going to help me. I'm going to help him. It's been a while since I've talked to those of my clan, and I think I am long overdue.
Is this about... And he, stops himself, hoping that you will understand what he's saying.
It is. He's much more experienced, and so is the Chancery. We will have it under control, Acer.
You're safe, okay?
He's gonna quickly, grab a book, grab his phone, just be like, made a promise. Coming with.
I'll let you know when we open the book.
For now, to set this up properly for next time, our scene splits between Grayson and Acer, departing away from Crescent as she retreats to her space to figure out her next steps with Enzo. With Grayson and Acer, you make your way through the secret entryways of the facility towards your office. As Onyx, by this point, you've arrived at El Cotazone. The contrast of these scenes are stark differences. Grayson, your tunnels, your office is quiet. El Cotazone is loud. While El Cotazone is filled with raving and writhing bodies, living in euphoria to the heavy metal that shakes the very foundation, Grayson, your office is empty all by one person. They couldn't be more similar. As both of you come into your respective spaces, Onyx, you sit down in your favorite booth that's been cleared away. There's a small little red rope around your spot. As is always a show-off. You sit down, and within moments, Az brings a rather ragged-looking man, pale in complexion, little acne here and there, his teeth are yellowed, dresses in an outfit trying to peacock his status, but you can tell it's a cheap knockoff and a poor act at best, as he smiles at you with a tarnished grill. He sits down with you. And Grayson and Acer, you see, standing in front of your desk, Bertrand, dressed in a well-refined suit, and a red vest. His fingers, which are capped with his signature metal points, tap rhythmically on the desk of the wood as each of your respective guests come to look at your faces and smile and they lean their head. They both say hello. And we'll go ahead and pause that here for now. Thank you all so much for joining us. It is always a pleasure, and it really rouses us up to come back again. Onyx is still here waving goodbye. She's just having to deal with her very savage little lichen pupper.
Yeah, I am here. Sorry.
Thank you all again. Have a great, wonderful night.